Hi, this is Denise again from Playful Potter in Sparks, Nevada, and today I'm going to show you how to create a great fun glass project, fabulous for kids and adults, using Glassline and frit and a stencil. So this stencil is from Stencilmania. I just bought it at the craft store. If you don't have this particular stencil, you can use, don't feel limited to just using a stencil. You can use clip art from the computer, you can use tattoo designs or coloring book pages. Any simple design that you like is going to work great for this project. So the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to create this project on a 6-inch base. So I've got that here. I'm going to position my stencil where I want it. And now I'm going to get ready and I'm going to trace that stencil onto the glass using Glassline. Glassline is a paint that's made specifically for glass. Nice thing with Glassline is it is compatible with a variety of different COEs. So you're not limited just to 96 like we're using here. You can use it on 90, even on float glass. The Glassline in this bottle I think is a little bit thick and the bottle is a little bit hard to use. So I dilute it and put it into another bottle. We diluted it with just a tiny little bit of water just so that it's a really creamy consistency and flows well. And this is just a fun writer bottle from Gare. You can find other writer bottles that work best for you. Just find something that you're comfortable with. So we're going to go ahead and trace the stencil with the Glassline. And then once it's traced, then we'll fill it in with the frit. And I'll show you how to marble. If you're teaching this project for a class or a camp with kids, rather than using a stencil, you could have the kids draw a simple design on a piece of paper. Remind them simple designs work the best. For older kids, once they've drawn their design, they can go ahead and use the Glassline writer to trace over their design onto the glass. If you're working with younger children, it's great to set up a station, have them bring you the drawing. You can trace it onto the glass and let it dry, and then we can move on to the next step of filling it in with the frit. Now that our Glassline is dry, we're ready to do the marbling. Because of the type of technique that I'm going to be doing, I'm actually going to flip the glass over and work on the other side. If I were just filling in the petals, I would go ahead and do it on the same side as the Glassline. But the marbling with the Glassline works better on the opposite side. So I'm just going to gently turn it over to the back. Okay, so I'm working with a rainbow assortment of colors. We're going to give this kind of a tie-dye look. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to use the fine frit and I'm going to make concentric circles from the outside working towards the center. Easiest way to do that is by using a little straw scoop. These are nothing fancy. It's just a regular drinking straw cut at an angle. They make great spoons. And I'm going to make my circles a little bit thick so that when we pull them to make the marbling, you'll have enough frit to pull into the other colors. You can do these in narrow circles, you can do wide circles, whatever your heart desires. And I'm not setting this frit with glue. So if you're working with kids, you want to make sure that you've got all the wiggles out first. Because if they breathe too heavy next to their piece, if they sneeze, if they bump the table, they can cause all the frit to move. Alright, now that my concentric circles are in place, I'm going to use a toothpick to create the marbling design. I'm just going to pull the toothpick from the center of the glass to the outside edge and then the outside edge in. You do want to press all the way down to the clear glass so that you make sure that we're going to see that design on the other side once we flip the piece over. So you can do this farther apart, you can do it closer together, totally up to you. It's just like marbling a cake. Alright, so we've done the marbling all the way around. We're going to set the piece with hairspray and then it's ready to go into the kiln. So again, this is White Rain, just cheap dollar store hairspray. I use the aerosol. So you want to start far away from your piece and then just work closer, giving it a nice coat. That'll help to hold all of the frit in place so that you can place it in the kiln. You can place it in the kiln with the Glassline facing your thin fire paper. Not going to cause any problem at all. By using transparent colors, you're going to have two options. You can either have the design that shows through the transparent colors on the top, or you can flip it over and have the marbling design in the background and have the black from the Glassline pop on the top.